Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. Give it a thumbs up as well. And most importantly, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this fight and all these breakdowns that I'm going to be doing. Again, let's talk about them. So the most important thing to me is talking about them. As always, here we go. So today we're talking about Jessica Penne versus Tabatha Ricci. Jessica Penne is a very interesting female fighter. She came in the UFC, was on the Ultimate Fighter 20, didn't win it, but lost to Carlos Esparza, who went on to win, beat Randa Marcos in the finale of the Ultimate Fighter. Then, for some reason, less than a year later, like 6 months later, the UFC puts her, oh, here you go, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. And she shows how tough she is, but she gets really beat up in that fight. Then loses to Jessica Andrade. Same thing, shows how tough she is but still gets finished. Then fights Danielle Taylor. Not much longer. Like 10 months later, loses a decision to Danielle Taylor. And then 4 years off. I think she popped for some PEDs, but it was a weird circumstance. Let me know down in the comment section if it was an actual PED thing, or I'm pretty sure it was a weird circumstance. Either way, then comes back after 4 years, about 4 years. Like I think it's like 5 days off of being 4 years. Yeah, 5 days off of being 4 years, and fights Lupina Godinez and beats her by split decision. She looked real good in that fight. Then submits Karolina Kowalkiewicz, something like that. Kowalkiewicz, yeah. And again, looks really, really good. Submits her. Then recently, back in August, I believe, or July, fights Emily Ducote and loses that fight by decision. That fight was big because it was a lot of leg kicks from Emily, and that's really, really what had hurt Jessica Penne and won Emily the fight. She really, really got beat up in that fight by the leg kicks. Punches wise, not really, but leg kicks, it was pretty brutal. But Jessica Penne is 14 wins, 6 losses. She's 2-3 out of her last 5 fights. She is 39 years old. She'll be 40 here in a couple months, in I think January. 5'5" with a 67-inch reach. She's fighting Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci. 7 wins, 1 loss, 4-1 in her last 5 fights. Her only loss is to Manon Fiorot. Got finished standing up. I mean, Manon Fiorot's she's a freak, but got back on track. Beat Maria Oliveira and then beat Poliana Viana 3 months ago. She's 27 years old, 5'1", with a 62-inch reach. Now, again, in this fight, a couple things can happen. Jessica Penne's veteranness and her ability to use that 5-inch reach and 5 inches in height and keep her distance can really happen in this. She's also very, very good on the ground. I really like Jessica Penne in this fight. I think she could really do some damage against Tabatha Ricci, but she has to keep Ricci not getting inside. Not saying that they can't get her to the ground or be okay with being taken down to the ground, but she doesn't need to strike inside with her. Penne needs to use her reach. Keep her on the outside. If the takedown comes or she gets taken down, okay, but you need to go for submissions. If it doesn't happen, you need to get up. If Penne gets on top of Ricci, I really think Penne can do some damage. Tabatha Ricci's best thing she can do is get inside, dirty boxing, and get her to the ground and control. Look for the finish if she can get a good position, but she needs to get away from that reach from Penne. She needs to get down to the ground, but she needs to be careful from the arm bars. Penne's very, very good with her submissions. But either way, I have Jessica Penne winning this fight, maybe by submission, but I have her by decision, just keeping her, using her veteran, using her experience to win this fight. As always, guys, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, if you disagree, let's talk about it. And hit the subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. You already know what it is. Peace.